Good to see you back, guys. Again, I am back with a new tutorial related DOM traversal methods. And in this tutorial, we are going to learn children and child node method. In our previous tutorial, we already learned about parent node and parent element. So let's see what is the difference between children and child nodes. As you can see, side by side, I opened my Visual Studio Code editor and my browser using Live Server extension. And I already opened my previous HTML document, index.html file. With that, we open main.js file. Basically, using this method, we can target children using the parent node. In our previous tutorial, we target the parent node using children. But in this tutorial, we are going to target children using parent. So let me show you the demonstration. First, I'm going to target the outer element children. So here I want to pass the ID name, outer. And here I want to return children. So I want to use children method. Children. And I'm going to save this file. And if I show you my console, you can see in my console, it's written HTML collection. Here you can see in my console, it returned total 2 children, h2 tag and inner div section. If I show you my HTML structure, as you can see, inside the outer div, we have total 2 children, inner div section and h2 tag. That's why it's written 2 element. And if I target the inner element and I want to return all the child tag from inner element, so here I'm going to type inner. And I'm going to save this file. Now you can see in my console section, it's written total 6 element, length 6. Our first child element is h2 tag and other 5 elements are div tag. And if I want to target the particular children, suppose I want to target C. For that, here we need to use square braces. And inside the square braces, we need to pass the index number. And as you can see, the index number is 3. So I'm going to pass 3 here. After save this file, you can see the result. It's written this child element, C. Now, let's set a style to this targeted div. For that, I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And I'm going to remove the variable name. And I'm going to type document.getElementById and the ID name is, and the parent ID name is inner. Also, I select the child element, children, inside the square braces 3. So here we need to use style function, style.background. And I want to set red background color. So I'm going to type equal to, inside the double quotes, red. If I save this file, you can see the result. As you can see, it applies red background color to our third children. And if I want to print the inner HTML of this element in my console, let me show you. So here I'm going to type children.innerHTML. And then save this file. As you can see in my console, it's print C. So this is the usage of children method. Now let's talk about child node. So I'm going to comment out this line. And also I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to type dot child nodes. And I'm going to save this file. Now you can see in my console section, now you can see its length is 13. So as you can see, it's written all the children from the inner section. But as you can see in our first index, it's written text. Now the question is, what is that? If I hover on H2 section, you can see it highlights this section. But if I hover on text section, it doesn't highlight anything. Now you might have questioned, what is the text node? From where it comes? Suppose, if you use any character like enter, space on your code, then child node also count as an element. Let me show you that. Let's back to the index.html file, and here I'm going to comment one of this div element, this div, B. And I'm going to save this file. Now you can see in my console section, it's also written the comment. And if I open this comment, as you can see, there is a attribute named data. And also it returns what is inside the comment. Similarly, if I open our 0 index, as you can see, it's written new line character, \n. Child nodes count everything. Similar to the children method, we can set any text in our element. Otherwise, we can change background color. Otherwise, we can apply any style. Here, just we need to pass the index number. If I pass 1, so I'm going to pass inside the square braces 1. And then I'm going to apply style.background color, which is red. So copy this line and paste it here. If I save this file, you can see the result. It is apply red background color to this child node element. So you can do everything what can you do with children method. But the main difference is child node counts everything as an element. So this is the basic difference between these two methods. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for our next tutorial.